In this video, I'm going to be looking at the Shure SM7B microphone. So this is the microphone right here. We're going to be taking a look at this exact microphone. You're likely familiar with it. You've probably seen it before. You may have seen it on the Joe Rogan podcast, who I think has made it really popular for podcasts. Also, Post Malone has recorded his record on this. I'm going to be kind of going through a bit of how it sounds, but also I'm going to do some speaking examples. We're going to need some type of benchmark when we're going to compare it. So I will compare it to what I'm speaking on right now, which is the Rode NT1A microphone. And I'll do some singing examples of the Shure SM7B versus the Rode NT1A in this video. So let's first just go through build quality of the Shure SM7B. Let's talk about what these things are on the back, the frequency response, and then we can do some examples of singing examples. So build quality, super solid right out of the box. Price, expensive. This is around $400. It's not really a beginner microphone. This is more of an intermediate advanced studio microphone. And that's why I kind of dived right into price talking about build qualities, because it's expensive because of the build quality and the performance as well. It's super heavy. Like it's like a dumbbell right now in my hand. It's not that, maybe not that much. It's super strong. It just feels right. You know, when you hold a product, it just feels good. This is what it is. Okay, let's talk about these things in the back here. We have, when it comes to frequency response, the Shure SM7B gives you 3 options to kind of like pre-process in a way your vocals. And you kind of need like just a pin, some type of, I have like a hair bobby pin here. And this is what a flat response looks like. You can see like the bottom arrow here, or actually in your case, it's going to be the top arrow right there. It's a flat response. I'm talking about this thing right here. That top line means a flat response. So the Shure SM7B is not going to affect anything coming in. It has an option to do a low cut frequency, which is going to take some bass away, and that would look like this. I'm actually flipping that around now. You can see it's like a low cut. It's like as if there's like a low cut EQ. And the other way is you can do a high boost, so it would look like that. So I think I said 2 options. Actually, you have more options, because you can just do a low cut and no high boost. You can do no low cut and a high boost. You can do a low cut and a high boost, or you can just do a flat. So you have different options to boost frequencies or cut frequencies. Personally, for me, I use this just flat. I like to post-process my vocals anyways by doing my own low cuts, and I don't need that extra boost. Unless I'm recording something that I want the extra boost on, I'll do the high-end boost. But with my vocal, I just record flat. So that's the option to get different frequencies coming in when you record vocals. Also, side note of this is a really popular microphone for podcasts and speaking. I'm going to switch the the microphone right now, so you can hear just the difference of quality with the Rode NT1A microphone. Soak it into how my voice is sounding right now, because I'm just going to switch it over to here, and you'll see just the difference in tone that the Shure has versus the Rode NT1A. I believe this was just a broadcast microphone before it became popular as a studio microphone. And it really, I think, became popular when it featured on the Michael Jackson Thriller album. But it wasn't the exact same model. This is a kind of a replica, more modern model of the Shure SM7, I believe that's called. Don't quote me on any names or things. I'm kind of forgetful with that kind of stuff. Let's switch out the vocals now. So here's an example of me speaking with the frequency of the Rode NT1A microphone. And this is an example of me speaking on the Shure SM7B. So I've swapped the microphones. You should be able to tell a big difference between this Rode NT1A microphone and the Shure SM7B microphone. So they're really different microphones. And I'm only comparing it to the Rode NT1A just because it's the only other microphone I have right now. So it's not that they're similar microphones, and they are quite different actually. The Rode NT1A is a condenser microphone. This is a dynamic cardioid microphone. So the difference there is this microphone it picks up sound from a more broad range. The Shure SM7B microphone, you need to be right in front of it for the sound to pick up. That's great. Both have their advantages and disadvantages. I mean, all studios will have both. You use both for many different things, and with vocals as well. A key difference that I want to mention in this video is with the Shure SM7B, there's no, it's not a phantom power microphone. You can use it with phantom power, and you won't break it if you use it with phantom power, but it doesn't need phantom power. This microphone needs phantom power. It's a condenser microphone which needs phantom power. This microphone is actually, the gain is so low on it, and that's why I use a preamp that's running through the XLR cable. It's just like one of the, actually you can kind of see it here. It just like thickens out the XLR cable and just increases the gain a bit more for the microphone. As soon as I take out this preamp, my voice will be so really quiet. You don't necessarily need one, but the advantage of using a preamp plus the preamp in your interface is you can have more gain to bump the signal. If I didn't use this one, I would really have to crank the gain on my interface. That's just going to increase the noise floor of your room more. So you really need a controlled environment when you're recording with this type of microphone, because it can pick up different things around it. However, I say that the Shure is really good also at not picking out the things around, because it works in both ways. And that's why they give you like the ability to low cut any like low hum that might be happening in your room. I just like to cut that myself personally in post-production. You'll also notice I switched out this like fatter foam, and it was this before. This is kind of like for speaking and singing, I guess you could say. This is more for speaking. It's just like, it has a thicker foam, so it's gonna take away those plosives and that comes from that kind of thing. You don't necessarily, I just think it's also a bit cool, so I like using it. It makes me feel like more like a broadcaster. And then when I'm singing, I use this so I can get more of that high-end frequency to come through on the vocal. Let's actually compare like singing voices now. Because although this is great for a podcast, I'm coming from it more from a singer-songwriter musician perspective. I use it to sing vocals. I use it to record electric guitar out of my guitar amp. I use it to place it and record acoustic guitar. I record snaps and claps and percussion. You can record anything with it. It's a great all-purpose microphone. But however, let's focus on vocals, and now in Logic here, I'll show you. I recorded my vocal with a Shure SM7B and then the same vocal with a Rode NT1A, just so you can hear the difference in tone. Okay, so this is the Shure SM7B. I've been trying to get to you. There's something bothering me. I don't know what you've been through. You give me nothing we can talk to. Ever since I could call you. Never have we lost. We can beat it if you want to. Now the Rode NT1A. I've been trying to get to you. There's something bothering me. I don't know what you've been through. You give me nothing we can talk to. Ever since I could call you. Never have we lost. We can beat it if you want to. Oh. Okay, let's take off all the processing on each and listen to each dry. I've been trying to get to you. There's something bothering me. I don't know what you've been through. You give me nothing we can talk to. Ever since I could call you. Rode NT1A. I've been trying to get to you. There's something bothering me. I don't know what you've been through. You give me nothing we can talk to. Now let's go back and forth a bit. I'll just do some cuts here. Let's listen to that. I've been trying to get to you. There's something bothering me. I don't know what you've been through. You give me nothing we can talk to. Ever since I could call you. Never have we lost. Big differences here, right? In the Shure SM7B, we're getting a lot of mids and it really picking up the richness of the low mids of that vocal. And in the Rode NT1A, it's picking up a lot of the highs and the high mids. Both are good, in my opinion. They just have really different tones. That's the dry tone. So if you found that this Shure SM7B, maybe this tone is too mid-heavy, maybe you want to go and actually bump up the high boost there on the frequency response, and then you can get a bit more of the high end. You can also post-process the high end too. Notice how there is just a bit more richness in the SM7B versus the Rode NT1A, but I find in this vocal recording, the SM7B is missing some of that sparkle that the NT1A NT1A has. So different strokes for different folks, right? There's going to be different styles of microphones you're going to want to use for different styles of music, and depends on what kind of vibe you want to go for. The difference here also could be the fact that when I recorded this SM7B, because it's a dynamic cardioid, I was fairly close. And you can hear that in the vocal just without any instrumental. I've been trying to get to you. It's cool. It's right in your ear. I don't know what you've been through. If you want to back off a little bit more, you could sing louder and I get a bit more sparkle out there. Because I'm so close, the closer you get like this, you can really hear, like right now, the depth of my vocal. And when I go far away, I can talk a bit louder and you can hear a bit more fullness of the vocal in all the frequencies. But here it's really low, those low mids. So that's something that needs to be like thought of when you record vocals too. It really will depend where you sit on the mic. It's not always just the mic itself. There is a lot of moving parts, not to mention we're not going to get into any of this chain I put on here, just because I don't want to focus on that in this video. All in all, a great microphone to get if you consider yourself being a producer, singer-songwriter for the long run. I highly recommend this microphone to be one you have or carry with in your studio. Then you can pair it with another microphone that maybe has a bit of a different flavor, like the Rode NT1A or any other type of microphone. It's the only one I was able to compare to because the only other one I really have that's good enough. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.